Okay. God, it's so quiet. Okay, hello, y'all. I think I'm streaming. I hope I'm streaming. I think I'm streaming. I think I'm streaming. I think I'm streaming. Okay, let me start up these other streams, and then my face can be less big and ugly and taking up half the screen. Okay, 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 okay. Live video. I said live video. Turn allow. Connect, connect, connect. Hello, y'all. I think I'm streaming. Oh, God. Let me stop this thing. This thing needs to be stopped. So I was playing in the background. Can't have that. Okay, good. Um, office hours. And today is, what is today? Holy God, it's the 27th. 27. No! No! Oh my God, Linux, they trying to kill me. Like, it logs me, it tries to log me out like every 15 seconds. Like, why can't nerds be human beings? Okay. Uh, go live. Okay, I'm gonna get to the questions in just a second. I have to start up all the live streams so people can be blessed with this presence. Don't allow. Nah, I wish there's like some way to like simul start everything. But start asking your questions because I will get to them and I will see that they are not there like you said they would be. I will see that the same people that want to DM me all these questions don't want to have no questions now that I'm free to answer them. I know a certain person whose name starts with an A and ends with a vodno that has a question. But I bet they not going to ask this question when I'm actually free to answer it. Teacher Q and A 7 7 go live. Live, all the way live. Okay, so you can answer questions here on YouTube or there on YouTube, on Facebook, or also on Discord, where I am doing a stream of this audio wise. Let me open up a Discord tab and let me minimize my face so y'all don't have to suffer quite as deeply. Okay. Did I start Nginx? Oh my God, Rika. Oh my God. Y'all stay giving me false alarms. Y'all like the fucking 3-alarm false alarm gang. You throw, and to Mia's alarms are usually true. It's like one other person that's like, oh no, you're streaming your credit card number to Indonesia, and then I check and I'm like, I'm not even streaming at all. Like, y'all are the fucking false alarm champions. 2018, 2K18. Okay, let me minimize my face now that my stream keys aren't like on the lamb. Jesus. This is not, it could all be so simple. Like my change of scenery, I'm visiting one of my old college friends who's making a delicious dinner as I suffer through the lack of questions on this office hours. Okay, I think that is, got it. You'll be talking on YouTube? Oh my, okay, you'll be talking on YouTube. It's like chatting on YouTube. Okay. Oh, Dad Master's Ebola. Indie accent. Okay. So before I get to, that is not a full, that is not, I will explain aspirate rasp strategies to do it in a second, but indie accent, really, y'all gonna be talking to me out the left corner of your mouth, can't even make a full sentence. Indie accent, what about an indie accent? Or did I like demonstrate an indie accent and you were noticing it? Let me check. Unfortunately, Stack Exchange is over. It's canceled. It's bougie. So we're not rocking with Stack Exchange no more. Okay, I've done all the questions from there. I will bring you a new medium by which to save your questions in the future. But for now, there are no saved questions. So y'all thought you were safe, but you wasn't. Your question's not going to get answered unless you're here right now. Okay, so in the accent, that's not a full sentence or question. So I'm skipping that until you reform that question. And show me some respect. So can I explain aspirate rasp and strategies how to do it? So aspirate rasp, for those of you who don't know, sounds like this. It's when you let air between your vocal folds, but you also bring the false folds together on top of it. There's a good video of Mal Webb doing it. It's kind of like wheezing. So that's me wheezing with just my false folds without any true fold action or any significant true fold action. And this is me doing aspirate rasp. I'd say like Macy Gray's voice has several different kinds of rasp, but I think her baseline kind of rasp is aspirate rasp. Like, try to say goodbye and not choke. Try to walk away and not stand by. Try to hide it. It's clear. Do you hear like the air in that? It's clear. So that's aspirate rasp. How that happens and how to do it. So as I said before, you have to release tension from the true vocal folds and learn how to be breathy, just regularly breathy. And then you have to learn how to engage the false folds. So like when you're wheezing, and then to sort of paradoxically do both at the same time. It's going to feel like a simultaneous relaxation of your true folds and a engagement of the false folds. So I had a younger student, and I often do this with younger students, and people think this because like I want to talk about, well, you need to access more cricothyroid engagement in your M2 mix. Like just because I say stuff like that doesn't mean I can't teach kids or whatever. So a lot of the strategy with kids is to come with good visualizations that make sense with the concept that you're trying to give them. So like a visualization that I found that really works with doing the simultaneous disengagement of the true folds with the engagement of the false folds is, let me check and make sure there's no questions. Oh, dang, this hasn't gone live yet. Okay. The simultaneous disengagement of the true folds with the engagement of the false folds. A good way that I cued one student to do that is we called it, and she came up with this too. Shout out to Emmy. She and I called it opening the doors, close the hallway. So you open the doors, but the doors are like weirdly connected to the walls of the hallway so that when you open the doors, the hallways close in. So the vocal folds are your doors and you open them up to let air through, then you simultaneously close the hallways, and that's going to give you this like exaggerated raspy breathiness, and that's how you do aspirate rasp. Okay. Can I explain how distortion can contribute to making M2 sound like M1? It can really make any M sound like any other M, because what distortion does at its core, let's see if y'all can fully see my screen. Yes, that's enough. Let's go to this. Please, dear God, Jesus, work. Business. Borismus. No! Oh, that's just the name of the person. Where's the spectrogram? Okay, Borismus spectrogram. Okay. How do I get to the spectrogram? Why is it doing the live spectrogram? Can somebody link me to the damn live spectrogram? Why am I not? Okay, there we go. Can y'all still hear me? Somebody in voice text chat or YouTube, please say if you can still hear me. Can somebody tell me if they still hear me? Hello? Let me type this out because I don't want to. Maybe I've made the hugest mistake. Or maybe y'all just fake and won't tell me if you can still hear me. Okay, thank you, Copfin, unlike you other fake fans. Okay, thank you, Valerie. You're not a fake fan. Okay, thank you, Yutho. You're only a goat. Okay. So, this is my voice right now on a spectrogram that is moving slower than my post-baccalaureate plans. Okay. So, what you see right now is the standard harmonic stack for like regular speaking. So, oh my God, that is a lot of century egg. It's a what? It's a fungus. Oh my God, I thought you like crumpled that much century egg. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not ready. I just learned how to love. Okay. But yes, no, that fungus looks cute. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all some of my food as I go through this food, because y'all not gonna ask questions, so I have plenty of time to eat, because y'all fake and won't ask questions until y'all wanna bother me at like 3 a.m. in my DMs. Oh my God, that does look kind of like an omelet. It does. It's like halfway between a pancake and an omelet. I think you're both right. Okay, so you see the standard overtone stack. When I add distortion, you get another stack inside the stack. So you get a sandwich. So it's like, here's this like sandwich right now, and it gets more layered. So, okay. So you see now in between the harmonics, so this is normal, and then in between the harmonics, I'm giving you bouts of distortion that fill that in. So the way these harmonics act normally, like the normal harmonics here, hopefully you can still see it, lets us know whether or not we're hitting M1, M2, M3. If I am putting a lot of other harmonic information that's competing with me, my ear discerning that harmonic stack, it's harder for me to hear the relative values in that harmonic stack that let me know this is an M1 type harmonic stack, this is an M2 type harmonic stack. If you have another harmonic stack happening at the same time, it's harder to tell what mechanism you're in. So whether I'm doing distortion with Fry, or I'm doing it with false folds, or I'm doing it with rumble, it's harder to tell. See all that like juicy spectral information in between the harmonics, in between the sheets? You are versus a normal one. Nice and normal around the same pitch. Look at all that space in between the harmonics so I can like clearly hear this is what's happening with the harmonic series. I can't really tell as much what mechanism is happening because I don't have those harmonic reference points. Okay. You better through these hands. You better put that ESL back away. You know we're trying to see all that exposed. Oh. Okay, let me take my phone off vibe. Because people only love me when I'm busy. No! Ugh. Y'all would not believe I have no friends outside of these streams. Or inside these streams. But when I am like trying to stream or whatever, like I suddenly have friends that want to call me. Okay, thank you, Kenny, for letting Veronica, is it Veronica? Or Vanessa. Vanessa. I'm horrible with names, I'm sorry. Thank you, Vanessa, for letting me know. Oh my God. Through my Patreon. Y'all want to send me money for a new mic, but y'all want to support this free knowledge I am giving you? Yes, through my Patreon. If I get enough money through Patreon, I'll buy a new mic. Let me make a donation tier. Like when I get enough patrons, I will buy a new mic. Let me put that on there. I'm going to do that right now. No, I'm not actually going to do that right now. Linux is trying to kill me. Okay, what's the difference between rumble and false folds? Let me get to that after. Can I explain the indie accent? The indie accent, welcome to my kitchen. So that kind of indie accent tends to do, that's what you call it, a vowel epenthesis. I'm not even sure. Vanessa would potentially know more about like phonology than I do. I'm not sure entirely of her background in every single thing, but she's definitely a better linguist than I am. So she might know more about this than I do. But the welcome to my kitchen, I think you add sort of like ooh kind of vowel before the actual vowel in the word. Then you add an e after the vowel. It tends to be the tendency. So good becomes good, good, eed, good, good, instead of good. Um, I had to scroll up to double check. I'm like, I knew it was a V name. Oh my god, I love like the reactions happening after the fact. I hate this lag. Um, People don't know how to yell. Okay, so let me get back to this other question before I get to that one. Well, okay, you kicked my ass in those. I am so sure. Syntax was my favorite class, and I'm still like inlaying, and I'm still so sure you kicked my ass at that. Okay. Oh, thank you. Is that the? Oh, that's the tofu century egg with the. I could have cut the cilantro. Okay. See, that's what I thought. Y'all would be like, get a new mic, huh? We'll pay you to get a new mic, but not really because we're fake. And that was the indie accent explained. So I am caught up. Okay, let me go to voice text chat. Is there any difference between someone yells and the way a singer belts? It's just like prettiness. Honestly, mechanistically, it's pretty much the same, but you make some like nip tucks to make it prettier. Like you might increase the open quotient. Watch my curation on open quotient versus closed quotient when Krampus gets that audio right. Yeah, it's pretty much like the same. What's like one major difference? Like, yeah, yelling's probably just going to use more vocal fold mass than belting, but it's the same like vocal cord position. It's both M1. I'm sorry, Vanessa. Okay, Sam asks, oh Lord. Oh Lord, Sam asks, can I give some advice on improving messa di voce, or voce, I don't even know. Going from quiet to loud and back on the same note without cracking. Really depends on the mechanism you're in. It's really about mastery of a given mechanism. So basically messa di voce or voce, I don't know, fuck Italian. For people that don't know, is a drill and just maintaining congruent vocal quality during the body of a note. And the best way of testing that, or one good way of testing that, is to go from loud to quiet on the same note, or quiet to loud, back to quiet. So, an example of that would be like, so not super perfect, but it's basically a mastery of like staying within the same mechanism or being able to really use two mechanisms and concealing the break between them. I'd say don't just like bang your head against the wall being like, I'm gonna go from quiet to loud, back to quiet. What could possibly go wrong? And actually think about it mechanistically. Think about the underlying principles of what you're actually trying to do. Because classical wants to like have people figure out the theory of general relativity on their own and be like, yeah, we told you that. We taught you that, and come in all after the fact. So you want to actually look at what principles you'll need. So if you're doing like an F4, you'll need to think about whether or not you're going to start on M1 or M2. If you want to be really quiet, you might want to start on M2 and think about at what point you want to switch from M2 to M1 when you're talking about loudness, and then when you want to switch from regular M1 to belting, and then when you want to switch back. So actually think about the breaks that you're encountering during the messe de vox and mess of my life, and you don't want to actually just abscond that from yourself. It doesn't help to just be like, oh, well, it's Italian, so it must be right. Actually think about the mechanistic principles behind it. Samuel. Two other questions after. Ow! Oh, shit. Okay, Copfin, who so nicely told me that they could still hear me, asked, what are some exercises that help with controlling twang, integrating into style? With controlling any timbral adjustment to your voice, you're going to want to, look, I'm looking at the screen now. I'm a real YouTube star now, Mom. You want to actually do it at 100%. You don't want to control twang at the usable, regular, human levels of twang. You want obnoxious, the nanny, SpongeBob, fusion, realness twang. Thank you so much, it's best. So you aren't going to want to be like, this is me using twang, and it's not really doing that much to my voice. It's adding a little bit of bite or soulfulness maybe to it. But you want to practice twang like this. You want to sound unbearable. So be really super duper twangy. When you're trying to control it, don't just be like, well, I have it all figured out and I'm gonna sound actually good with twang, and I'm gonna do don't worry about incorporating it into your style at first. Think about how you want it to sound in your style eventually, but don't just initially start off being yeah, I got a style, man. No, sound horrible, sound awful with your twang, and learn to control it at 100. Learn how to do it consistently. Learn what muscles create that feeling, and that can give you more of a foundation to actually be able to turn it into something usable. Okay, I'm getting one of these pancakes because y'all are not.
So the top one has an egg in it.
An egg in it. Oh, you want to split it so we all get each?
Yeah, you're gonna get it.
Yeah. So I want to try some with egg in it, and I want to try some without egg in it, but I don't want to eat all of it by myself. I mean, I do want to eat all of it by myself, but I don't want to eat all of it by myself. Okay. I'm so scared of this situation.
I made it just for you, child.
I know. I'm I love it, but it's scary. I want to show you my food at some point. Okay, so yeah, that's twang. And what's the difference between rumble and false fold use? So I told myself I'd come back to that. Rumble is when you use the epiglottis, which is usually accompanied by conodal. So rumble is this, whereas false fold distortion is this. False fold distortion to me sounds a little bit clearer and cleaner. But yeah. Sign of the times. Which sign of the times? I can read that. Messa di voce. I can read that. Voluntary celibates, the vol cells. I used to think it was pronounced volcel. I don't know why. Probably only Vanessa understands that reference. Oh, are the people on here doing things? Okay. Oh, yell to get to the notes, and then you'll actually be able to. Don't worry, but if you can't hit the note, you're not gonna be able to use it in singing anyways. So at least with yelling, you can at least hit the note. So worry about hitting the note first, and then worry about it being super duper usable. Thank you so much to my amazing host for this amazing plate that I'm about to show off while I'm just talking and yapping over their dinner. Y'all can feel free to talk in the background. I feel so horrible. Okay, so tenor belting question. I will hit that tenor belting question. Okay, so why Is it easier for range wank belting and all scientific reason for it? Okay, so there's not really like a science, like biology reason that tenors are better at belting because I don't believe tenor is a biological category. No. Let me sip. This is so good. Let me also sip tea because let me sip the tea of the fact that tenors are not a biological category. Sipping that. What's that? Osmanthus fragrans tea. Oh, this tastes like just like apricot. Oh, this is such a good spread. Okay, no, they gotta see this spread. Also, my wonderful host, Fernando and Yin. Fernando, who is not. Who do I keep calling you, Rodrigo? I didn't call you yet to your face. But I called you that once, like while you were in the bathroom.
I feel like they're just looking at me.
Not the food. Yeah. I can't tell. Let me open up the actual like camera thingy, so they can see. So y'all can see like what they're seeing. Are they seeing the food?
Wow.
I might incorporate taro into like my new egg replacement recipe.
Oh, you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen share inside of screen share. But I just wanted to see what they were saying. Okay, so tenor is not a biological category. So there's no like biological science that really explains it. It's just that tenor is the only Fach, and I'm gonna eat at the same time because I'm a real professional. That includes range that is applicable for M1 and M2. Usually, like basses and baritones is usually just M1, and like altos and sopranos can get away with using just M2. So tenor is really that only like transitional type of Fach that allows access to both and encourages study of a range that is optimal for learning how to belt. So it really is mainly that is why like tenors are the major belting Fach. Are you speaking Portuguese? Oh my god! We have real live Brazilians, not actually Brazilians, Portuguese person on, this is like a counterfeit Brazilian, on this feed right now. I don't know if the microphone picked up your Portuguese. So yes, that's the answer to the, let me try this. Oh my god. It's like cross between like an omelet, a pancake, and a latke.
Yeah, this is the one with egg. I think this is the top one, right? Yeah. The other ones is just the.
Oh my god, the spice in the middle. What is that bigger spice? That kind of reminds me of breakfast. Some like curry, turmeric, but there's also like a spice that reminds me of breakfast. I can't think of what it is. Sounds like when you have a sausage. It reminds me of sausage.
There's like cumin.
Not cumin, but cumin does remind me more of dinner. Okay. Let me scroll through these questions. Is there anything you should be thinking about while trying to do this other than imitation? Just get good with the yelling. Oh my god. Eggs, bacon, grits, sausage. So, heterobaritonists. What an unevolved species. What a way to live. What a way to die. What a reason to die. Okay, so, imitation, yes, learning by imitation is great, but you also don't really need to be super focused on learning to make your belts pretty if you're worried about being able to belt at all. Just worry about yelling. If you cannot get to a consistent A5, just yell. Just yell. Just do everyone a favor and just yell. Okay, let's look at YouTube, see if there's any questions here. Can I sing Sign of the Times? I could sing maybe Sign of the Times by Prince, but not no Harry Styles. Trying to ruin the game for all of us. Doesn't it? Oh, I got a lot of compliments on the food. the cracking from, then drill the passaggio from M2 to M1. Don't worry about like the messa di voce particularly, because the messa di voce doesn't train that. Train that, and then if you want to do that to like stunt on some hoes, then like stunt on some hoes with a messa di voce. But if you're trying to have a smooth M2 to M1, work on a smooth M2 to M1. Work on it with a, oh my god, so good. Work on it with an explicit break. And then work on masking the break. I don't like to give out the drill for masking the break because like too many people are out here trying to mask the break. It really doesn't do anything to be able to mask the break if you sound like crap before the break and sound like crap after the break. And if I'm like, no, like I'm masking the break, but no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear either end of that break. It's like, like, have a voice that people want to hear on the other side of the break before you worry about eliminating the break. Have a voice. Why are those steel chopsticks? Why are you jealous? That's what I really want to know. Yes, Copfin. Thank you, Copfin. Defend me from this French-Korean savage. Okay. It does taste so much like sausage. Like something about this tastes like maple sausage or something. There's like maybe it's a little bit of sweetness combined with the spice. The sweetness from the taro, because taro has like a little bit of natural sweetness, even the small ones.
Yeah.
Well, like the sweetness combined with like pepper, maybe gives me sausage, like black pepper. Do you use black pepper in this at all?
No.
No.
Because we didn't have it.
Okay, but why does my belt range ranking take so slow or long? I talk about someone who would gain a semitone every 2 days. I'm an impatient boy, fatiguing for like 2 weeks. I'm stuck at barely an A4. This is the baritone curse. This is the probably not doing enough work or not doing the right kind of work curse. Submit yourself to me. No. Submit your belting clips to the range ranking. Oh, I gotta try some of that soon. Submit your the peak of mediocrity. It's the weak hope curse. We are so supportive at Scinguistics, I promise. So A4 is like a neighborhood change of belting, so you have to sort of account for that if you're doing really well under the A4. But if you're struggling under the A4, I think you might have to embrace the yelliness a little bit more. And also, are you really fatiguing like every day? Because the guy that got like a semitone every 2 days, like, I'm not saying he's the golden standard of what you should expect when you belt train. I'm saying like he wanked super hard, but came in with like no range. Boy couldn't get past the G4. Boy had no M2. He eventually got to a G5 belt. God, I wish I had him around still. I'm sure if I like hit him up. I'll like hit him up and see if he'll, because he seems like the kind of person that would have a Discord. Oh my god, this stuff is so good. Y'all are the best, thank you. And feel free to have more of the tea. I think I like it better hot, but it's still like, it's still okay cold. So, try breathing through your stomach. I'm gonna perforate your damn stomach since you like breathing through it so much. So yeah, if you, that boy belted like 2 hours a day. So if you're not doing like 2 hours a day, then you can't get 2 hours a day results. And also evaluate what you're doing. So send clips so we can hear what you're doing. Because he also was sending clips and I was correcting him. I don't have to correct him much, granted, but it's good to make sure you're practicing correctly. Like if you're like pussyfooting the belts too much, like weak sauce belts won't necessarily take you above A4. If you're too concerned with being somebody's pretty boy, like having these Ricky Martin built belts. Not even Ricky Martin. Oh, what's his name? Ooh, weak ass voice. Spanish pop singer Enrique Iglesias. That everybody thinks is like Latino. Yeah, Enrique Iglesias. That's belts. Looking like somebody's choir boy. Those won't get you past A4. Message retracted. Me singing pops. You have to come up with a pop song I actually know. Also, I'm not going to do nothing loud right now because I'm not trying to bombard everybody in this house with belting. I don't belt non-consensually. Oh my god, I hate you all. It's out, y'all. Utho is white. Brazilians are white, confirmed. Rika, you know, science-based person. Y'all better come with these questions. I'm about to eat this food, and I'm not gonna be worried about y'all.
Somebody said Brazilians are white confirmed.
No. This person, this person who's Portuguese, said that he's white. Like he can't. No. That said that he is white. So the person who's Portuguese said that the Portuguese person, is white. And we don't respect the difference between Portugal and Brazil on my server. It's like, you're all Brazilian, so therefore Brazilians are white. Like we have fake arguments about whether like Portuguese people are white or not, because Portuguese people be having like mixed ancestry, like 1/3 European, 1/3 African, 1/3 dog.
Arab too, I mean.
Yeah, they've like a lot of mix. Because I think we're like had a lot of trading ports. Hence Portugal. No, I don't even know. Confirmed. Oh my god. This fungus is so good. Oh my god. Oh.
I like the texture.
The texture is so good. Okay. Y'all need to see this. Let me go. It has. Did you put sesame seed oil on it? Or okay, just a little. It was like I was like, this has a very sesame-like taste, and I realized maybe it actually has sesame in it. I'm smart. Okay. This black fungus, y'all, and this. What's this thing called again? The squash.
Shushu.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is that the Chinese name or
The
Portuguese name? I can't even tell no more. Brazil is Chinese, confirmed. Spice.
You're so good.
I'm so fat. Fat is good, confirmed. Okay. How should you sing through allergies? Your throat's been really dry and itchy lately. Get a lot of water. Helps wash mucus. Do like stuff to irrigate mucus out your respiratory tract if you have like the kind of allergies where you build up a lot of mucus. If you have the kind of allergies where you get a lot of inflammation, take anti-inflammatories and antihistamines. Also get a lot of water because that helps like rinse out the internal inflammation. And I'll be more careful with like inflammation singing than with high mucus singing. High mucus singing is like difficult and inefficient. Inflammation singing is a little bit more like risky, like for vocal damage. So I would try to figure out what kind of symptoms you're getting. If you're getting just mucus symptoms, inflammation symptoms, or both, and then account for that accordingly. And certain teas are really good for inflammation. Yin might know more. Ginger, I think, is good.
Ginger is heating.
Ginger's heating? No, don't do ginger. Okay.
Or if there's no inflammation.
Mint is good.
Cooling, like, yeah, if
it's cooling.
inflamed.
Yeah.
No inflammation, ginger is good.
Really? But it's heating.
Huh?
But it's heating.
And mucus is like totally cooling.
Oh, pears. Pears are really good for your throat.
Pears? pear the fruit.
Huh?
We were talking about pear something something. We're talking about the lead.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
Paris.
You said that perfectly.
I said the right tone.
Perfectly.
That was like an English. That was like the English tone. We're talking about like Lee, and like I was just doing like English, like sister girl, like snapping my neck tone. That wasn't trying to be a Chinese tone. I speak Chinese now, y'all. No, I don't know no names, Arthur. Anti-inflammatories are bad for folds. If you take a lot of anti-inflammatories, you can potentially get a vocal cord bleed. Have I checked the FB chats yet? Oh God, I haven't checked the FB chats. Oh no, there's a lot of people that were in the FB chat. Oh no. Well, I'm friends with Karen and you, Nat. Oh God, people joined and left and didn't ask questions. Dang. I keep forgetting about these. Oh no. See, you see how stupid ass Linux be coming for my life? Okay. How wide would you say the range of M2 is in well-trained AMAP singers? Just as wide as the range of M2 in a well-trained AMAP. I mean, like, if you really mean well-trained. If you mean classically trained, which is different from well-trained. Let me get my tea. If you mean classically trained, as opposed to well-trained, classically trained AMABs usually I find don't go above, like rarely go above F5 or A5 in M2. But someone who's well-trained by me, they usually go up to like a C6. Like I like all my singers to be able to like scrape a C6, just because whether you're gonna use the C6 or not, it makes every other note beneath it feel like a walk in the park. Once you can get past the mezzo block and really stake your claim on the side of the mezzo block, I think all the high notes become easy. So even if you don't ever plan on using a C6, it's good to have. Excuse me. It's good to have, just like this damn food. Oh. I was about to say, I know you didn't finish it without me. Day 1 of Century Egg. Will it kill me? Day 2. I know I'm gonna kill you. Oh. I'll clean that up. Don't you dare clean that up. I will clean that up. I'm going to clean off the table in general. I'm going to help with cleaning up because I'm almost done with this stream anyways. Thank you. I think I got all I deserve for right now. Streaming in front of the table like this. Okay. Oh, I got yolk. Oh. It's so good. Like I don't like it, but I love it. Okay. What do I think about the theory of involuntary mechanism breaks and the general? You always come with this Einstein-esque. What do you think about the theory of involuntary mechanism breaks and general vocal instability being caused by peaks in subglottal resonance, which is estimated at around F4, A4 for both AMABs and AFABs? I don't even know subglottal resonance. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I refuse to look at these sort of like resonance feedback type things until people actually look mechanistically at, well, maybe the mechanism is breaking because of a mechanism reason. Maybe the muscles controlling the mechanism are responsible for the mechanism breaking. Maybe it's not a bird. Maybe it's not a plane. Maybe it's not a bat. Maybe it's not a helicopter. Maybe it's the actual muscles controlling the damn thing that you're asking about it. That you're asking about. So before looking at anything else, we're looking at valves, before looking at subglottal resonance, we're looking at whatever. I think we should look at like CT and TA musculature to see if there's anything about like the tone or strength of those that allows you to withstand the maintaining the glottal configuration at a given note at a given subglottal pressure. If you check out all of those and you're really still having problems, then maybe look at it. But honestly, if you build those muscles, let me think of like a ridiculous metaphor. I'm a ridiculous metaphor champ. Oh my god, this omelet / whatever thing. It's so good. So glad I forced you to make this. Like it's like looking at like maybe we have mold in my house because the inside of my body is moist. I need to be a drier person for my house to not be moldy. It's like, or maybe you shouldn't have a hose going on in your house at the same time as a shower and the dishwasher, and you have 5 open windows and it's monsoon rain. Like maybe you should look at your surroundings and the things that are actually like big and important to whatever you care about before you look at like, yes, your bodily moisture probably contributes to the atmospheric moisture in the house. Of course it does. Like you ever been in a party full of sweaty people? But if you are having mold in your house, it's probably the fucking monsoon rain coming through the window. No, we'll never for the life of me understand why people just can't look at the most relevant thing before jumping to some like conclusion of like it's the vowel interpolation of megadynamics, or like coming up with this abstract theory of why you mediocre. Like your muscles are mediocre, fam. Like do a lap. Hames. What's the name of the guy with the weak belts? Hames. Let's see if anybody else. Oh, someone's watching apparently. It's probably just Fernando. Not Fernando. No, not Fernando. Evil. Why am I doing this? Why am I like all Luciphone's names are like finish it. If you want it, finish it. Finish it, I'll be upset with you.
I think it's a little cold for me too.
Yeah, it's not as good as when it's hot. But if you like it at all, finish it. I can kill it.
Okay.
I can kill it if you don't want it. But if you want any more, I would be mad at you if you don't.
God.
Okay. No other questions there. Oh, just 10 more minutes of you horrible children. Ugh. I bet it's something tastes melony. It's probably like the gourd, the shushu. How do you pronounce? How do you spell that? CHU. Shushu. Was it wild? What's the name of it in Chinese? Fo shou hua. I can do it. It's a one-time deal. It's a one. I will never get that right for the rest of my life. Like if you say something, I can like parrot it back, but I can't remember tones. I'm like, I want that to be better. So I would like to not have to be told how to say something like 15,000 times, but I cannot remember tone. Right. Is that Pesho Hua or Phonology. Is it a P or an F? Phonology. Somebody wrote it in the comments, but they wrote it with a P. I thought it was an F. I heard F. Did you say it with a P or an F?
Just an F.
Oh, it's an F? Okay, yeah, then I got it right. Ha!
And the last word is G-U-A.
Gua? Gua?
Gua.
Gua. Oh, I said gua, and you was like, yeah, you got it! This idiot! This American!
Instead of saying Buddha's hand squash, you said Buddha's hand flower.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because hua is flower.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to like sort of retrofit that into hana, which is flower in Japanese. Okay, how would you spell it? And is this Mandarin? This is Mandarin, right? Okay. It's it's to be continued. it's Buddha's hand squash.
Uh-huh.
Buddha's hand squash is the translation. So look up Buddha, hand, and squash. PSN. Yeah, no. Anti-inflammatories, NSAIDs, only certain anti-inflammatories cause vocal cord bleeds. But that is at high levels, and that is ones that are anticoagulant. So things that are naturally anticoagulant and things like, which can be good. It could be good to have anticoagulants for other things in your life. There's other things out there, like your body has other parts besides the thrusty. There's plenty of things that you can, whoa, I like slurped in my throat, that was awful. But there's plenty of things that you can care about in your body besides your vocal folds. So just because something is like bad for your vocal folds doesn't mean you should just like avoid it or move around it. Like, because there's all kinds of quick fixes you can do to like maintain stuff. And the vocal folds are mucous membrane. It's like getting a nosebleed. Like a nosebleed is not the end of the world. Like I would do this thing. I used to do this thing, and then I didn't want to get sued. I used to do this thing where I'd be like, look at this. Can you see it? Let me see if you can see it. Let me open up OBS and see if you can see it. I'm gonna do this live and ruin my reputation on YouTube. But I was like, look at this. Where is it? Yeah, okay, there. Look at that amount of liquid. If I like showed you I was bleeding that much liquid, what would you do? And a lot of people are like, oh my God, if you're bleeding that much, I'll call an ambulance. Oh no. I was like, okay, what if I told you it's my time of the month? And it's like, it matters where the blood is coming from. And because, now I'm saying you should like go like bleed from your vocal cords, the pain never was so real. Like you should like bleed and become like an emo singer because that's how that works. But bleeding from the vocal cords is not as significant. Like slight trickles of blood from a mucous membrane is a lot less worrisome than something that has like a fully developed outer epidermal like keratinous layer, like something that's hard and crusty on the outside, like our actual skin. No matter how much like butter you put on your skin, no matter how many butters you rub across your forehead, you are still going to have a dead layer of hard skin on your outsides that you do not have on your insides. Your vocal cords are your insides. So don't be so worried about what your like the slight trickle of blood from vocal cords, and really think about the tissue as it is, which is the tissue that even if you're doing perfectly natural right stuff with your vocal cords, it might occasionally like bleed just a little bit, or you might get this like increase in vascularity, or an area might be like a little redder, just because you can see the tissue a little bit better. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have like, yes, if you're regularly hemorrhaging from your vocal cords and you have like a whole lot of blood and it's like trickling off, because it's not that much tissue, so you shouldn't be bleeding like that much, but it's not that much tissue. So if you just like ever do a little thing wrong with your vocal cords, like, oh crap, I taste a little blood, like, you're not damaged. Oh, for the rest of my life, I'll never speak to my mom, I love her. Like, it's not that serious and not that deep. So, like, really contextualize your concerns about your voice by acknowledging that it's a mucous membrane, and mucous membranes often bleed, like nosebleeds, like when you brush your gums and sometimes they bleed. So yeah. So anti-inflammatories, yes, can predispose you to that, but it's not a big deal. Oh my god. Oh my god. Y'all out here trying to protect these bronze dusties. Any other questions? 'Cause I'm trying to fuck up this food. But because I love y'all, I'm out here right now waiting for these questions that you're not asking. Waiting for y'all to just come up my DM so I can yell at you. Oh my god, this food. See if there's any more questions on oh, watermelon juice. So I'm black.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, apparently it's a stereotype that black people like watermelon. It's a really like old one though. Check Facebook. Oh my god. Andre's watching or was watching at some point. Oh shit, hey Andre. I have people out here thinking I have real life friends. Oh damn, Atticus stopped by and didn't say hey. I'm sad because they're gone. I'm just left with y'all. Oh shit. Battery about to die. Not today, Satan. Ugh. For sure. No, I can't do it anymore. I can't remember it. But I'm about to eat a piece of it.
Shoo shoo.
It's like, what Chinese did you learn while staying with Yen? I'm like, shoo shoo, boy boy. Oh my god. I feel violated. I filed like a workplace complaint. God, Five Spice is good. Like I hate anise, but Five Spice is good. No, it's shushu is Simlish. No, Yin and Fernando call each other boy boy.
Boo boo.
Boy boy.
Boo boo.
Okay, which tone is that? Boo boo, boo boo,
There's not.
boo boo.
There's not like boa boa.
Okay, I'm doing too much of a diphthong. Boo boo, boo boo. It's supposed to be like boo boo, but it sounds like Chinese now. Oh! Story time. A minor came from my life and livelihood. I was sexually harassed on YouTube.
What?
No. Somebody commented on my chest hair. Which I don't even know. Can you see it?
No.
You can't even see it. What the hell?
I mean, it's like poking out.
Is it?
No,
No.
you don't get that. You don't get that kind of resolution.
No, not on YouTube. Oh. What video are you watching? A little nasty. Anything? Okay. Well, y'all are fake and don't want to ask questions, so I'm probably going to sign off. Let me check YouTube one last time. Yes, diacritics indicate tone, contour, and pinion. Congratulations, Vanessa. Oh my God. Okay. Vanessa, are you still here? I'll give you a quick walkthrough of the Femme Voice since you're a special guest of honor. I like the guest of dishonor all around you. Oh my God. There's not enough twerking to do a compilation. Damn, I'm gonna have to do more twerking. I said to myself, because I hate myself. I'm in heaven. This is so good. Black fungus is everything. Oh my God, black fungus is everything.
There's no such thing in there.
If it ain't black, it's whack. Honestly, that sound waves track in the trachea. Oh my God, I hate you. I hate you so much. My life would have to be up a hill to go downhill. That's where you're wrong. Let's see if Vanessa wants the standard voice assembly. And she seems to not be around. I'm gonna give it like a couple more moments to see if Vanessa is around for this trans voice assembly. So weird. It's weird, but I like it. So I'm ready this whole meal. It's weird, but I like it. Oh, yeah, that's probably for sure gun or something. Oh, Vanessa, do you want me to go over the four elements of femme voice that we practice? Well, okay, the voice assembly, the femme voice assembly kit. Okay, I'll just go over it. So, on our server, we talk about the four elements of trans voice assembly, and I go from least impactful to most impactful. You come here at damn 8:33 with another question when you've been here since the beginning. You fake. Okay, so I'm gonna do this tone voice assembly, and if I feel like it, I'll talk about weak belts. But I just thought of one, but I'm not gonna tell you because you fake for asking this question 3 minutes after the fact. So, from least effective to most effective, or most impactful in terms of changing your voice, I'm gonna start with the least effective ones because they make a difference, but they aren't ones that you should super focus on. So the very, 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 okay, let me masculinize my voice when I do this so you can hear the difference. But the very, 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 very least effective element to change by itself in trans voice is pitch. So if all I change is pitch and I start talking at a higher pitch and I don't change anything else about my voice, this doesn't sound like feminine. It sounds almost like a parody of femininity if that's all I change in of itself. Yes, there is a certain kind of range I need to be in to access that. That's a really wide and really permissive range, and if all I change about my voice is talking higher, I am not going to sound any more feminine. I'm just going to sound weird and contorted. So, okay, back to talking where I was, maybe a little bit higher. I'll talk here so I don't sound super contorted by the time I'm done with all this. But I think something that showcases that is the fact that DMX, technically, when he's rapping, is usually at a higher pitch than me at my baseline talking voice. If you compare my sissification, wussification to his standard sounding voice, you should know that pitch is a lie. So, yay! Okay, so pitch is the least impactful. And then after that, we have embouchure. So amateur, we're going to shrink the size of our mouth and the size, we're going to front consonants and we're going to shrink vowels. So vowels become more fronted and consonants become more fronted as well and they become more closed. So this, in lavender linguistics, I think might be experienced as the, it's called gay lisp. Like it studies the gay lisp. So right now I'm sort of speaking with the gay lisp. So this feminizes my voice. So even like Mike Tyson, whose voice sounds like intimidating every other way, is sort of like feminized by this smaller mouth shape that he speaks with, or the fronting of the S of the S into like a sh sound almost. So that feminizes as well, but doesn't do like all of the work. So now here are the two heavy listers of fem voice. So, which it doesn't need to feature any substantial pitch raising. If your pitch is like C3 and up and you're really working on the other things, you should be on the right track. I would try like maybe like F3 if you're still insecure about it, but if you're like minimum C3, that's like applicable. Even like A2, G2, your voice can still pass down there. So, what was I gonna say? I need to practice like actually looking at the camera. I hate looking at the camera. So then, from embouchure, we have the two most impactful parts of fem voice, which is first increasing my open quotient. So now my voice is a lot less weighty and a lot like it was more weighty before. No, it's a lot less weighty and a lot less like dense sounding. So that's gonna feminize my voice by a lot more. And by itself, this could be more of a like mature feminine voice, but for like extra insurance, we have the heaviest hitter on the usakhuluma isiZulu. Angikhohlanga ukukhuluma isiZulu. Um, this voice is sort of enough to sort of pass by itself. I think in certain contexts, if you didn't see that I'm like a big, hairy, apparently chest hairy man, and Zulu is in the most Nguni language. It has like Nguni. I'm thinking Khoisan. Never mind. It's Nguni. So I have this higher open cushion going, but if I really want to finish it off, I'm gonna do a higher larynx. So a higher larynx will really tie it all together and makes your voice sound a lot squeakier. So this all together can give you a lot more of a feminine voice. So yes, 4 pitch, 3 embouchure, 2 weight. This is all on the pin post on the server, by the way. It's all like outlined in a manual for you to use. So yeah, all this together is the fem voice, and then number 1 is the larynx height. I like to do them from like least contributory to most. So I think people get hung up on the most contributory ones, and they also get hung up on pitch. So doing pitch is like the least contributory. I think really shoots down the notion that like pitch, because like, there's a whole like island of trans women just like scrolling through this app saying like I pass, I don't pass, like I pass, like and like I don't pass because I'm lower than that. But when it's really a matter of timbre, so much more so than pitch. Oh my God. Yeah. So this is just like my particular formulation of doing that. And why am I still speaking with this? Okay. So back to my normal voice. One time I did it for like so long that I forgot what pitch my normal voice was at. Or no, I was sick. No, I think one time that happened also. But one time, like, I was sick, so my normal speaking voice was like an octave below what it normally is. So I was speaking at like a C2 instead of a C3. So I couldn't remember what my speaking pitch was to like give an example of my regular speaking voice. And I had to actually like look at a tuner and like keep like speaking at different pitches until I found the C3. I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I sound like me again. So you can lean on really raising your larynx a lot. So if you want to be like extra feminine, you can raise your larynx a whole lot. But I find that some people, if they want to have like a more mature voice, or if they want to have like an older voice or whatever, they might not raise their larynx quite as much, and they lean on the other aspects of feminization. So that's something that like I might do. I might something with this because I think I would actually want to have a voice that's kind of like raspy and bodied, but like kind of like restrained and refined at the same time. So I kind of want like a voice sort of like this. I wouldn't want to really lean into having a super high larynx. I would have a little bit more breathiness than this, but I think the breathiness is really getting knocked out by the fan. Okay, so that is all for this week of Dab Massive. Since you spoke out against Zulu, I am not going to answer your question about bad builders. Um, I guess keep an eye out for the next office hours. Let's see if there's anyone else that said anything. Nobody said anything. I'm gonna die alone. But yeah, next office hours next Friday around this time. Keep an eye out on the server. It may be my channel, my Instagram for upcoming things that will be happening. So why am I speaking in this voice? Stop. I'm like I'm lost between like phantom and my actual voice. Yeah, so keep an eye out for those things. Now I'm going to one by one figure out how to close everything. End. End.